you can start off by just giving me your reaction to I guess you've seen the penalty that New York issued to Ryan Garcia related to your fight. He gave him a 1-year suspension. He's got to forfeit his official contract purse of $1.1 million. He's got to be randomly tested. He's going to be fined the maximum, which is $10,000 by the state. Can you give me your thoughts when you heard about that?
First off, I want to thank God, Allah, because he's a perfect planner. I said this before. I said this, before the fight. I said it after the fight. Through this whole process, I just, kept praying, and God has Allah has answered my prayers. I want to thank the New York State Athletic Commission for doing the right thing, making the right decision. We've seen, these type of things happen where, the commissions haven't did the right thing, or, politics and stuff have gotten in the way of the right decision. But, the commission, did the right thing. So I thank them for that. I think my fans, that stood up for me, the people that stood up for me, the reporters that stood up for me, because I've seen a lot of people, just standing up for what's wrong and not what's right. And, performance enhancement drugs shouldn't be in no sport.
Right, I agree with that.
In general, especially boxing. At the end of the day, every time we step in the ring, we put our lives on the line. And, I just want to be on an even playing field every single time that I step in the ring. And, this has made me advocate even more for it, and pushing for it. Because it could have happened to anybody. I'm thankful that it happened to me because I'm strong enough for it to be able to take what happened and move forward and not break me. But yeah.
So one of the things about this, Devin, that strikes me, and I think this might be lost on some people that follow this more casually or who are blinded by the reality. This is not a punishment that the commission just unilaterally imposed on Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia and his legal team had to agree to this. They did a settlement agreement. So he accepted the punishment of the 1 year. He accepted to give up that much money. What do you think that says about his guilt or innocence, that he accepted that he's going to forfeit over $1 million and take a 1-year suspension and random testing during the year, et cetera, along with the other things that they've imposed, or that they agreed to?
Yeah,
I should say.
I mean, at the end of the day, it wasn't much he could do. It wasn't much fighting that he could do. He was guilty, and it was proven. The proof was in the pudding. So, he said he had no choice but to accept, his punishment. And I mean, what can I really say? I think he should have been banned for even longer. I think he should be banned from boxing, because, and I think he should have been fined anymore. I think that I should have been receiving, some of the money that was forfeited, because I was the one taking the punches in there. I was the one that was affected. I was the one that.
I think actually that you may be getting a piece of that money. That's what I've been told, but we'll see if that comes to pass.
As of from my team, from what I've heard from my team, speaking directly from the commission,
Mm-hmm.
my attorneys and stuff like that, no.
No, okay.
No.
Let me ask you this, though. What is your perspective and your thought about the fact that they changed the result of this fight to a no contest? They had the option, and I know your lawyer in a letter to the commission pressed for it to be changed to a disqualification, which they could have done, but in the end, they elected to make it a no contest. What is your thought about the no contest?
Honestly, I wouldn't have wanted to have a victory that way. I'm a real fighter, and I've gotten 31 wins. Stepping in the ring and winning the right way. I wouldn't have felt right. It being a victory on my record when I didn't win the fight.
But the loss does come off your record.
But the loss comes off my record because at the end of the day, I wasn't on an even playing field. I stepped in the ring with a guy that was taking performance enhancement drugs, and at the end of the day, that it's not even. It's not a fair fight. it wasn't a fair fight. So I think that it was the right thing for it to be removed. And like I said, I can only think out loud that justice was served.
Now, let me ask you about this, because you've been in the news the last couple of days, not related particularly to your fight with Ryan, but the WBC held the purse bid this week for your mandatory defense of the WBC 140-pound title against Sandor Martin. There was only one bidder on the fight. It was $1.5 million and change, which, relatively speaking, perhaps some people viewed it as maybe a little light on the numbers, and there was no competition, so they didn't have to come with the big envelope, as they say. My perspective is, if Devin Haney wins the fight against Ryan Garcia, and there is no, perhaps, maybe you do win if there's no PEDs. We'll never know for sure. But suddenly, now your mandatory is worth a heck of a lot more, that you seem to have been financially injured based on the low purse bid amount because of your loss in the last fight, even though now it's a no contest. What is that? That has a major impact, it seems to me, on your next fight situation.
No, it definitely had a major impact. I haven't made $1.5 million since my beginning days of signing with Matchroom.
Right.
And I want to say that was I made $1.7 million to I don't want to speak on that. I don't want to speak on the exact numbers, but I haven't made $1.5 million since the beginning stages of my contract with Matchroom. So why would I it affected me.
I was gonna say, so what I'm trying to make so people understand is that what happened in the fight on April 20th is not in a vacuum. It's not just a situation that occurred on that day. It's impacting your career in your next fight also. Is that fair to say?
Correct. And my lawyers and team will do what they got to do to and to prove that, and in court, and against Ryan Garcia, and we will take legal action to because it has affected me. Not only my financially, but mentally, everything.
Mm-hmm. So do you think you're going to take the Sandor Martin fight under the purse bid, or you're going to try to look to do something different?
I'm going to spend time with my family. This is everything is fresh. Mm-hmm. Everything all the news is fresh. So we're just gonna weigh our options. And we'll see what's next. We're in talks with WBC now. We'll see.
Devin, I wish you the best of luck in whatever comes down the road, but I appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You bet.